I just completed a 6-week cut while taking a load of peptides. I went from looking like a puffy, moon-faced sack of shit to looking like a Greek god. My starting weight was 85 kilos and I managed to get down to 78.6, which is just under 6.5 kilos in 6 weeks, which is pretty good going. I also managed to lose 3.5 inches off of my waist, and my DEXA scan results came back at 9.8% body fat. So we managed to get down to single digit body fat. But now we've got all the stats out of the way, let's address the elephant in the room and what everyone wants to know, and that is, what drugs was Big Willie D taking? But first, I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is purely my own personal experience. Don't do what I do because you can't do what I do. I'm one of one. Now that the lawyers are happy, we can get into the nitty gritty and what drugs I was taking. First off, I want to start by saying that if your diet is trash, no amount of drugs is ever going to save you. If you think injecting peptides into your stomach is going to get you a six-pack whilst you eat like a child, you are in for a rude awakening and you should probably just switch the video off now. So let's get into what I did to make this change. For 6 weeks, I was in a calorie deficit pretty much every day, averaging about 1,800 calories to 2,000, which for someone my size and with my activity levels is quite an aggressive calorie deficit. I tracked every single thing that went into my mouth in MyFitnessPal. No excuses. I was also lifting weights 3 to 4 times a week, and across this whole period, I averaged 18,000 steps daily. The reality is, if you can't track your food, train properly, or go for a walk once a day, you have no business spending money on peptides. They're not magic. They amplify what you are doing. And if what you are doing is shit, you're going to get shit results. I didn't use them to do the work. I used them to amplify what I was already doing and then make it a little bit easier. Now, let's get into the drugs that I was taking and the dosages. First off, CJC and ipamorelin. I was taking 300 micrograms in the morning, fasted, and 300 micrograms at night before bed. These peptides stimulate your growth hormone pulses. And because it is just sending a signal to your natural pulses, it doesn't shut you down like HGH. The main reason I was taking these peptides was for sleep and recovery. When you push calories quite low and diet quite aggressively, your sleep goes to shit. Your cortisol gets elevated and you are just constantly in fight or flight mode. You're waking up at 3 AM ready to fucking go. Whilst taking these peptides, I definitely noticed an improvement in my sleep and also my recovery in the gym, which meant I could train harder and I was just recovering better in between sessions. They also help with fat lipolysis, meaning that you are just going to burn a little bit more fat. But honestly, the recovery and the sleep things were the most important things for me. Because when you are lean and in a deficit, recovery and managing fatigue is so important. Number 2, I was taking the Glow Blend, which is GHKCU, BPC 157 and TB 500. I was taking 3.5 milligrams per day. Most people think that this is for hair and skin, and whilst that is true, they are also really great compounds for boosting your recovery and reducing inflammation. And it's also like an insurance policy to make sure that you're not getting any like tendon or ligament issues, which can be a little bit of an issue if you are dieting hard and training hard at the same time. Number 3, I was taking Retatrutide. This is the absolute dog's bollocks when it comes to fat loss. Nothing comes close to it. I was taking 2.5 milligrams for the first 4 weeks, and then for the last 2 weeks, I upped that to 5 milligrams. And then finally, number 4, Motzi. Unfortunately, I only got to try Motzi for the final 2 weeks of my diet because it arrived quite late. This is a mitochondrial peptide that improves your insulin sensitivity, meaning that your body shuttles glucose into the muscles more effectively. And I also noticed quite a nice energy boost when I was taking it. I was running this at 1 to 2 milligrams per day. And just a little warning, it feels like injecting lava. So these were all the peptides that I was running during this 6-week period. But if you want my honest opinion, I don't think most people should be running all of these peptides. It's a little bit overkill. If you're 20-25% body fat, you probably don't need Motzi, you probably don't need the Glow Blend, you probably don't need CJC and ipamorelin. You would be far better off investing that money and putting it towards a coach that will teach you how to train, how to eat, and how to manage your lifestyle habits better. So save your money. But if you are already lean and you know what you're doing with your training, nutrition, and your lifestyle, then these peptides really do help. Retatrutide made the calories easy to stick to and took away my cravings. CJC and ipamorelin helped me retain my muscle and recover faster. The Glow Blend kept my skin looking good and all my joints feeling nice. And Motzi towards the end gave me a nice little energy boost around training. So this was a 6-week science experiment. I went from 85 kilos to 78.6. I lost 3.5 inches off of my waist, and my DEXA scan results came back at 9.8% body fat. Unfortunately, I didn't get a DEXA scan done at the beginning, so we can't really see what the change was there, but I am going to guess that it was about 5 to 6% body fat. And I cannot stress this enough. I did not get these results because I was taking peptides. Peptides helped, but they do not replace discipline. They do not replace hard work. If your training, nutrition, and lifestyle habits are all over the place, you will not get results like this. So don't do anything stupid like taking these peptides and thinking they're going to change your life. Get the basics in check and then use them to amplify what you are already doing. Peptides should be used as a tool and not a replacement for hard work. So please, nail the basics first before you start throwing all of these random compounds in. Okay? Thank you. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I am planning to get more consistent with these YouTube videos. So yeah, stay tuned and I will start posting more content here. Have a good one.